the piece that I picked up the most is the integrity piece, right? Like you have to have a product that it has integrity to it, right? You know, anyone, and you guys know this, and I know this, and you can go out and find a product to put on the market, slap a label on it, and people will buy it, right? But it's going to be a short term gain. You guys, it sounds like you're going out there, and this is one of the big things that about me is that I only use things that are. That's not me. Okay. I was like, I don't have a dog. But one of the most integral things for me is that I use the Shaquille O'Neal method, right? I'm not endorsing it if I don't use it. Nobody has to pay me for it. Like, I'm not getting paid for any of this, right? None of it. I don't need it. I'm doing it. I use the products that I use because I like them, right? Or I like the people. Talk about Acorn Hills, talk about the guys from Course Record. I follow brands that I feel that are like providing value to me, right? And also there's a loyalty thing there, right? You guys know that golf is a very cultish like sport. Yeah. And once you get a couple people on board, next thing you know, it snowballs, and then you're not going to have enough inventory, right? So if you haven't read it or listened to it, 12 months to $1 million, do it, because that will tell you exactly how you should do things for the rest of your product life. I love what you guys are doing. I just bought it, and I can't wait to try it. And your story's great. It really is. And to be able to take a step back and see and understand your message. I mean, you guys are just starting, right? A year from now, think about a year ago, right? You were probably just like, oh my God, we got to do this. We have to do this. Now you actually have tangible product. You can go out and like you're on this podcast, right? It's going to get reach. But in a year from now, TJ and I are gonna be like, dude, can you believe that George and Jake are like on like this path, and you see your ads on major golf things, because that's how quickly it's gonna happen for you guys. So I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And like, honestly, one of the things I was talking to Jake about was like, the biggest hurdle we have right now, I guess two. One, we thought golf courses were going to be a lot easier, and actually country clubs are a lot easier than public courses, and we'll get to that in a second. But I think the other thing that you kind of hit the nail on the head with is like, there's this integrity component that I think we need to do a good job within the first year of really reinforcing like why our brand, but more importantly, like why health first, right? Like why clean first. Part of like the plethora of no's we have got early on and still get to this day have been, golf courses and food and bev guys or gals, they're really concerned with just margins at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So for us, as healthy as we can be, as clean as we can be, if they're getting a product or competitor that's 50 cents a bar, it doesn't matter what they're filled with, right? If they have a ton of junk, if they're, GMO, if they have like, a longer shelf life, if they have, a number of different ingredients that could kill you in like, the foreseeable future, they're just seeing like that profit margin. So I think for us being able to remain very, very focused and honed in on like, one, we're building a brand, but two, we're building kind of like a health forward approach and like helping golfers become more healthy. Kind of like you talked about, you made the switch from Coke to Coke Zero. Like sometimes that simple change is all it takes to get you kind of like going like, all right, that's clean. Maybe I do, clean eating at home. Maybe I do, clean drinking. So I think that there's a bigger game that we definitely are playing at here, and we're proud to kind of like represent and push forward. But, early on, that's already kind of like a huge barrier we see is like getting people to understand like, no, like it's bigger than just a bar and a brand that has a golf logo. It's like, it's your health, right? It's like your body. And Jake really felt that when he was competing in real time. He saw a remarkable change in the food he was putting into his body before and after, and now even how clean he eats moving forward. Like I could barely get this guy to eat In-N-Out with me or any other meal, right? But I think, that's something more long-term that we're happy to play a role in that vision of like setting up this new generation of clean eating and health.
You're right in the beginning. If you think about leaving politics out, right? But let's just talk about the political climate here in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
We have some of the most unhealthy food on the planet, right? Yeah. On the planet. And there's a lot of attention around that, right? So the other piece is that, and TJ, I'm sorry for kind of stealing this, but I'm geeking out over this, right? And I'm an old fat guy, right? So I would love to have a snack that's not a hot dog because my cholesterol was a little too high from eating a lot of hot dogs. So anyway, one of the things you guys are trading, you're trading, instead of trading that 50 cents per bar, whatever that margin is that those courses are trying to maximize their profits, you guys are going to get so much attention. It's going to be hard for them to tell you no. And I'll tell you this from my experience, all those people that told you no will come search for you and ask for you to come to them. So stay the course.
Yeah. That's definitely the goal for sure. And I think just, 6 weeks in, a lot of no's, a lot of yeses, and a lot of the yeses that we've noticed, and George touched on it earlier, has actually been, it's been like a lot of high-end country clubs here in Southern California. We didn't by any means kind of, mean for it to happen that way. It's just kind of naturally, that's where our yeses were. And, taking a step back, it's, hey, these members, they're investing, a little bit more in obviously golf to be a member there, but these are, the folk that, their food and bev guy wants to make sure like they're eating good foods, they're putting the right nutrition in their bodies. But yeah, I mean, it kind of just happened naturally that way with, the country clubs and some extremely nice ones here down in SoCal or where our yeses have been at. So
I could have used you guys like 2 months ago. Three months ago. Right?
What was 3 months ago?
I struggled to find a course to play in San Diego.
Oh dang!
But it's all good.
Tell him the whole story. Tell him the whole story.
There's a ton of.
He's got an incredible story.
So super high level, super quick. Go check out my YouTube channel if you're interested. You don't have to. It's not really that big of a deal. But on June 4th. I played golf in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico in one day.
Oh, wow.
So I started in Toronto, flew to San Diego, and then had a car take me down to Tijuana. And but like it was, you're so taking it back away from me, taking it back to you guys, like all these no's, something good's going to happen out of that, right? You're going to become better, you're going to become better salespeople, right? You're going to become more aware of your product. Even you're going to hear something somewhere and it's going to click and you're like, you know what, I can get into this course or that course. By the way, I played in AJIC, the back nine. It was good enough for the day. But anyway, stay the course, keep on doing what you're doing. I can't say it enough. And this, I'll get off of this right now, but Acorn Hills, the shirt that TJ's wearing right now, I have 2 shirts out as well. TJ was the first one to buy one from me, which was great. The point of that is that reach out to, like I'm telling you, if you reach out to Nate, he will tell you how he got into some of these courses. And he's blown up into something where he has like a cult following himself. And it's because he's doing it the same exact way that you guys are doing it. It's not a selfish thing. It's about trying to help people find a better widget, right? So he designed the shirts. They're sustainable. Every single shirt that he sells, it comes with a tag. It's paper with seed in it. You can plant it in your yard. Every shirt that's sold, a tree gets planted. Like it's those kind of things. It's not about a gimmick. It's about doing the right thing, right? So these ingredients and making sure that you're not creating something. Look, I grew up in the tobacco industry. I now work in biosciences because I'm trying to undo all the harm that I do. Dude, if anyone does any smoking or nicotine at all, stop it right now. I don't care what form it is. Don't do it, right? But the fact of the matter is, you guys are doing it the right way. I think by doing it that way, you gain people like TJ and myself and Gary, and there's a ton of people out there that want products like this. So this is why they call me the bumbling golfer. I'm going to shut up now, but it's important for me to get this stuff out.
No, I think he's a good point. Like it builds like Nate was on just last week, but we talked a lot about like just his customer loyalty. And I think that's something with your product too, that it's like, once you have it and you've actually tried it, it's like, this is worth it. Like, this is something I will eat every round, even off the course too. And just getting those repeat customers. And then something I had thought of the other day. So when I had a course record a couple weeks ago at the course, and I was going to throw it away, and somebody saw the can and asked me like what it was, because it's like your guys' packaging, like it's something that catches your eye type of thing. It's not a Snickers. And, maybe someone has one at one of those courses you didn't get into, and then now the question's coming up, hey, is that a pop bar? And all of a sudden it gets back to the clubhouse. It's just going to keep growing from there.
Yeah, 100%. And one of like the last things I'll touch on is like taking kind of our own destiny and the control in the sense of like where we can push and pull. And I think one of the areas we really have been committed to investing in has been like content and like our social strategy. So like, regardless of how you're doing in retail, sales, online, when people look you up, right, you want to be obviously as legit as possible, and you want to show for the product you're putting out, right? Whether that be with customers, creators, the business. So I think we're doing a lot on our end to make sure that, you know, we're doing the proper due diligence for the brand, that if you come across, you know, our logo, I don't know if you saw, there's a little like QR code you can even scan on the back of that thing. Like it takes you to the Instagram, a landing page on the website, and you're immediately like, okay, within the first 3 seconds, I already know what these guys are about. I know what Parbar is about. Like, cool. Like this makes me connected to the brand. You know, it's a clear, here's what I'm buying, here's what I'm getting. So I think we're really fortunate enough to be able to really hone down on the social aspect. And Instagram, surprisingly, has been an organic way for us to really reach out to folks, content creators, golf creators, and really get a lot of good feedback and, you know, early kind of messaging that like, hey, you guys are building something that's important to the culture, the brand, to golfers. And you guys are taking like the right bets in the right area. So I think like that's something else that is really important to us, is making sure that we also have the content, the clientele, and like the retentive sort of actions that show for what we're building.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of when I first saw you guys, it was just like social media stuff, and then getting in other collaborators' hands, or like different creators and stuff. And like we first touched base like mid-August, and it, like you guys were just getting rolling then, and just the growth like from then to like now, like I couldn't wait to get you guys on for this, because I've seen how many more people that I follow have been, you know, trying it out and posting. I've seen it on stories and reels and all that in the meantime, which is, you know, that's a whole different way of spreading.
Yeah. And luckily it's been, at least from, you know, a social standpoint with, you know, our followers, and we don't have we've grown a lot, but I wouldn't say we're, you know, big on Instagram by any means, but like some of the ones that we do have, it's been West Coast to East Coast. So, which has been super helpful. Florida, the Carolinas, South Carolina. I know you guys are in New York, Philadelphia. So, you know, one guy posting.
Go Birds.
Yeah, Florida, and it just has opened up a new market for us and all that good stuff. So that's been helpful.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.